So I was given this coffee table today, and I think I have a plan for it to do a we're going to prime it and do a coat on it kind of like khaki colored, and then I'm going to get some varnish and do a wood graining design on it with my tools, my wood graining tools. And you can get those on Amazon or Lowe's. It's nice solid wood. Luckily this pattern is flat, so that'll be easy to cover with paint. The design on the top is raised, so we're gonna have to use a really coarse sandpaper to get that down, so that'll take some work. So I just finished cleaning it with TSP, and I need to let it dry before I sand it. So you can get a dry cloth, or you can just air dry it. But I see that it has this big dent here, so I'm gonna go get some wood filler. I'll show you which one is my favorite for like big spots like that and not just little surface bumps. So this is the product that I like to use on bigger wood fills, ones that really need to be strong, like if the corner of a drawer chips off or something like that, not just like little chips in the top of the wood or that kind of thing. It's very, very strong once it dries. So I shape it with my fingers first. It starts drying really fast. I just want that to have good contact and no little air pockets. And then I shape it right. I flatten it with my tool. It's already drying. Dump that in there. Okay, so I'm going to get some more and build onto it until it's nice and smooth and packed. Okay, so I've been sanding with a 60 grit and it's finally level. And so I'm going to fill this with wood filler, smooth it out, sand it out. And then I found another chip here, so I'm going to fill that. Alright, so I'm ready to prime. I use Zinsser Bin primer with shellac. It's really good for trapping any bleed throughs. It always separates when I first open it. It's usually got the cream and the white, so mix it up really well before you use it. Just don't shake it to mix it because then it produces bubbles. And I'm going to put it in this machine. Well, I'm not going to put it in this machine. I'm going to put it in this container and attach this, which is attached to this machine. And it has an air pressure valve and the output knob here. So the primer is done. The couple layers that I did on the top wound up being very rough when it dried, so I had to sand it down and then do touch-ups. I have my zebra brushes, microfiber, and then this is like even thinner. These ones usually give me the best finish. Like I said, on the top of the coffee table, I'm not really worried about the finish because we're going to go over it with the wood grating tool and the varnish. On the body also, we're going to wipe on the varnish, wipe it off, so if there's a little texture, it's fine. It's actually probably good for the look I want. Foiled the tray so we can throw it away when we're done. I'm going to remember to mix. Alright, so this is the paint when I opened it. That is why we mix it. This Valspar cabinet and furniture, it's pretty expensive paint, but I actually got this. If you go to the little Oops shelf in Lowe's, it was originally $53.98, and they always discount them to $9 when they're on that little wire shelf thingy at the end of the paint area. And then you can get little quarts that are mist tinted as well, and those are usually like $5 or less. So that's a really good place to take a look if there's any good mist tinted paints. This little attachment's pretty cool. Again, you can get these like at Lowe's or Home Depot. Okay, so I have all of the base color down here, which turned out to be a lot more brown than gray. And I changed my plan. I was going to go with a varnish over the top and do wood graining on it, like a dark, either ebony or Jacobine, however you pronounce that. But I think what I'm going to do instead, this is the plan today, I mixed a couple of shades of white together. Well, a shade of whitish gray and then kind of a creamy color into it. And I'm going to do faux planks with the wood graining tools to try to give it like the beachy feel. So it's going to have light planks on it instead. And then I'll do a diluted wash on all the body with the same white. So it'll be like a really wet, I'll dilute some of that paint I have over there, and then just wipe it on, and then wipe it off, and it'll just hang out in these areas, and so it'll have like a lot of cool detailing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna spray a little bit of this mister in this area. Since the sun is really warm right now, I don't want the paint to completely stick before I can get the wood grain effect on it. I'm going long strokes. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay. I think I want it thicker than that, like more white. I'm gonna go over it again. And we'll go over the edges. Afterwards, or maybe right after I finish this one, I don't know, because you don't want a bunch of this. Handy wipes, they're great. Always need handy wipes. You don't want stuff where you're not planning to have it. And the sun is drying this super fast, so I'm gonna have to work really quickly. Okay, do a little mist. If you were using like a varnish or some type of like more oil-based paint, that'd be different. But this is regular old paint, so it is drying fast. I like that better. Okay, so, and if you get excess, which you will, get some sort of dry or wet. Okay, so I've done the wood graining technique and on the edges too. It's really a fun, easy thing to do to really give some character to a piece. and switch it up. So now I'm going to dilute that white. I'm going to quickly wipe it on all of the areas and then wipe it right back off so it'll only stay in the details. Okay, so I did the whitewash, but I'm wanting some of the brown to come through some more. So I got a little acetone on my wipe. And it's bringing some of the brown through again, which I like. And I like the uneven texture. I don't know if you can see that, but since the primer went on with a little texture, it's picking up with a little texture, and I like that. Especially when I get it in these little areas. I'm straightening it out right now, making a flat piece so I don't like wipe it out from there, because I want that to stay. So I'm making it flat on here, but it feels like the top needs something, like it needs a little more depth. And so I think maybe I'll go over it with a quick wipe on, wipe off varnish. But if I do that, I gotta figure out what tone to do, because I don't want it to clash with the kind of brownish color we have going on. Or I could add more white to the body to try to pull it into the top. I'm not sure. Okay, so next plan. I want to get more depth to the tabletop, even though this is pretty, I don't know, it looks pretty good, but I feel like it still needs more depth. So I'm going to get this classic gray and then kind of do it like uneven amounts as I go along. Like wipe it on, wipe it off, have some that are a little bit darker in areas, some that's mostly wiped off, so it gives just a little more variation. And the whitewash I did to the drawers, I like it, but I don't know if it's enough for my liking. So I might do some white wax in the corners on top of that. Okay, I made some gray paint downstairs, really liquidy. It's not a varnish, so we'll see how it goes. I'm getting some extra water. Because since it's paint, it likes to stick. And I don't want any of those big gray lines. Just wanting to give it more depth and variation. I'm going to do some of them. Some of the streaks kind of random, and some of them all the way across. And hopefully it'll bring down that gray or brown business we have going on. Body done, base coat, whitewash, and white wax in front of the drawers. I'm going to do a strong polyurethane on the top and a matte polyacrylic on the body. I could use my spray gun, but this piece isn't very big, so I just won't have to do the cleanup. with spray gun if I just use the container. And the best applicator I like to use for putting on the top of like dressers or tables is the sponge applicator. Dixie Belle, I believe, has them, but you can get the same type of thing on Amazon. I don't know how they compare because I've used just these ones and they work really well. And you wet this, wring it out, then you apply it to the top. I need to get my spatula out of there, but let's get there for now. Put it in. You literally just rub it on nice and easy. After I do this layer, I will go back over it once it dries with the matte polyacrylic, so it will match the rest of the piece, but it will have that really strong polyurethane underneath it. So here's how it looks with the little holes I just put on. I love them. They're so simple and they don't take away from what's going on everywhere else. Here we have the finished project. My wood floor is all squeaky. Sorry. I love staging furniture. It's just so fun to kind of bring it to life. There it is. Thank you for watching. Bye.